Hi Pisces, this is going to be your Sun, Moon, and Rising video for August 2025. Keep in mind that these readings are general and the messages will not resonate with everyone. So I suggest that you check back your Moon and Rising sign. You can always book a reading with me at my website, HiddenLotusTarot.com. I have several reading packages and my turnaround time is 24 to 72 hours. Let me introduce you to the cards. I have with me the Radiant White deck, the Levita Sibila for clarification should we need, and I'll be wrapping the reading up with a Psychic Oracle Tarot. Let me turn the camera around and let's get started with the reading. I have done some meditation and shuffling on your sign and glyph to get started. I hope that the camera will cooperate with me. Already it's acting ugly. Okay, let's just go at it and see what happens. I put another rifle and shuffle on the deck. I don't know what's up with my camera. I bought two different cameras and neither one of them have the correct autofocus. Because on a MacBook, you can't control you can't control cameras. Except for the crappy camera that came with the computer itself. Let me hold up a card. And maybe I can get it to act right. I don't know. I may have to start the video over. Let me start it over. Okay, I started it over. I had to completely unplug the camera and everything. So let's go ahead and cut the deck. Here we go. 9 cards down. The first card out is the High Priestess. The 8 of Cups. Wow. The Empress. The camera's really blurry. Second row, the King of Wands. I gotta move it real slow so that it won't go out of focus. The Wheel of Fortune. The Fool card. The 10 of Cups. The Queen of Coins. And finally, the Magician. That's a really strange reading. So what is over the entire reading? The energy. The 5 of Cups. Let me take a look at this. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana. 2 cups, a wand, and a pentacle. I don't know. This is a Pisces reading, yes. But even as a water sign, you can embody the characteristics of a Queen of Pentacles if you need to. That's the first thing I'm going to say. So let's start in the center. We have a 10, the Wheel of Fortune. All 10s are related to the 10 Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune talks about being able to weather the ups and downs of life. the ebbs and flows. It could be that I'm trying to think. It could be that you're going ups and downs in life, and you don't quite know which way it's gonna go. So the best way to work with the energy of the Wheel of Fortune is to affix yourself in the center of the wheel. That way, when things turn down or they go back up, you are not too thrown off balance. I think there is a major life change happening for somebody. I don't know who. If it's the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Coins, or this King of Wands. I say the King of Wands because the row is across the center. The cards are read past, present, future. Past, present, future, with the interplay of the cards. So we start at the top. We have the High Priestess. The High Priestess says she is a person of mystery. She knows a lot of things, but she may not tell you unless she feels you're worthy. So she usually represents sometimes a woman who has psychic abilities, and she usually it says trust your intuition. Go within and find out what's happening, because that's the only way you can gauge what's really happening in reality. Moving over to the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is a card. It's cup, so it talks about how you feel about a person, place, or situation, thing or situation. And it says that you may have to change directions or change plans and abandon them altogether. It's about walking away from everything that you love to some degree, because it has no fulfillment anymore for you. The odd thing about this card is that the person is walking away in the dead of night, leaving everything behind, only his clothes and a staff that he uses to support him. It's only eclipse the moon in the whole deck. So this may be a timing issue, which could run into September, because we have two eclipses in September. One at 15 Pisces, and the other one at 29 Virgo. They always come opposite each other, and eclipses come in pairs. They're game changers. Another interpretation of the card means if you have sunk so much time and effort and energy into a situation or project and still not working, the only thing to do is abandon it altogether. Don't waste any more time and effort on it. It's an 8, so 8s represent their karmic numbers. They usually represent money, but they can also represent obstacles, hassles, and delays. The 3 mean the Empress, which is a 3, and 3s mean, I think, cooperation. It means two people, two things coming together to make a third. So it represents it's the archetypal mother of the tarot. So this could be about someone's mom, but usually she represents Venus. This card here, backing up. This card here also represents the moon. As you can see, she has a moon glyph on her head. Right there. Okay? And at her feet. So I take it that this could either be some kind of maybe hormonal issue that you may be experiencing. Or it definitely has to do with the phases of the moon. Let me put it like that. And the Empress Usually she represents Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and harmony. So she represents right relationships, fairness, making things attractive to people. If you want to do something, you have to make it with somebody else. You have to make them feel that it's attractive to them to get them to join forces with you and do something. This she represents abundance, growth, fertility. She's a very fecund female, meaning she's quite not. I can't explain fecund to you. It's Fecund. Fecund. And in this card, she is pregnant. So maybe you are not a childbearing years anymore, but it represents a thing that is gestational. You have something to give birth to, no matter what it is. Inside, it speaks to creativity, and thus the card says, "Love what you do what you love." The next row we have the King of Wands, and the King of Wands is a fire sign male. He's typically Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, but he is known as the entrepreneurial king. He has a lot of irons in the fire. He's quick, he's fast, he's sexual, or sexy. He usually has a lot of people working underneath him or delegating a lot of folks. He doesn't do hands-on stuff. Somebody does the things for him. And the Fool card. The Fool card is a 0. I have 1, I have 0, 1, 2, 3. In order. Not in order, but. And the Fool card represents something unexpected, something new ideas, travel, especially here with this card, the World card, that can be about travel. It could be about a new way of life, new experiences, new adventures. But there's a warning with this card also to not be foolish. So maybe that's where the High Priestess comes in. We move down to the 10. So I have 2 10s, okay? And the 10 of Cups represents a situation where you may feel like you have everything. Everybody has everything that they need. If you look here, we have a couple, 2 kids, there's a house, there's a green valley, there's a river running through it. So they have everything they need. And it can represent 10 of Cups, can represent get-togethers with family, vacations, travel, things of that sort. It's also a changing energy, like the World Cup. Like a Wheel of Fortune. And I have a warning also with this card. The 10 of Cups looks like a happy card. But if you notice, the 10 cups are in a rainbow. And rainbows are illusory. So I want you to think about what illusions you may have about either family or having everything you need. The Queen of Cups is a earth sign female. Either a Virgo, a Taurus, or a Capricorn. And she represents someone who is but someone who cares for ecology, animals, nature. As a profession, she can be a banker, accountant, a cashier, a real estate agent. She deals with all things money and property. She's usually someone that you can trust. And here we come to the last card, which is the Magician. And the Magician says you have all the tools that you need to do whatever you want to do. Nothing in the world was created without first a thought or an idea and putting plans into motion. That's what he's telling me. So if you look at the card, he has the cup, the pentacle, the sword, the wand, all the tools he needs to create his own reality. And new ideas coming in. The lemon over his head. That represents as above, so below. If you think it, you can do it. It represents learning new skills, new talents coming forth, new projects. But over here I have the Five of Cups, and fives are changing energy too. It's half of a 10. And the only difference is the 5 makes it somewhat a tense energy, a changing energy, discordant energies. And here we have the figure underneath a black cloak and crying over something in the past. The 3 cups. But I call this card the 2 of cups in disguise, because if you look behind him, there are 2 cups of potential happiness still. So this card counsels you to not waste time crying about things in the past, because they're not going to do you any good. And while you're doing that, you may be bypassing 2 cups of happiness. Yes? These cups, there are 5 cups here and 8 cups there. So if I subtract 8 from 5, it gives me 3 cups. And 3 cups usually represent some kind of universal gathering. A wedding, a family reunion, a graduation, a baby shower, something of that sort. It's something that when you see it, you know what it is everywhere you go around the world. And here I have 2 cups. Subtracting. So, excuse me. I don't know if it's about a relationship, if it's about work. I definitely feel that there's something that's going to change. You can best believe that things are going to change with the Wheel of Fortune. So let me turn over the 2 core cards that I have, and maybe I can. It only leaves me two cards. It leaves me the 8 of Cups and the 10 of Cups as they relate to the High Priestess, the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune, the Fool card, and the Magician. I say that something new is going to manifest itself, and it depends on what you're going to do with it. Okay, let me get my book. This is a strange spread. I don't always have to know exactly what the story is to read the cards, because it's all energy that I read. With the Magician, 8 of Cups with the Magician, it tells of someone who has within his grasp the ability to reach his goals. Appearing next to the Magician is informing you that you definitely have the ability to reach your full potential. It asks that you think and consider very carefully before making any important or major decisions. Do not allow others to sway or hinder you, as only you know what is right for you, so stick to your guns. I still say that that's where she comes into play. Because usually High Priestess says you can't see below the surface right now. You know? The 10 of Cups. With the Empress, I don't know if it's a marriage or something like that. I kind of get the feeling that there is a new way of life happening for you, Pisces. But I don't know how it's going to come about. It could come about through meeting a King of Wands, but he can help you. He can either be like somebody that you might fall in love with, or he can help you with whatever you're trying to do. With the Empress, the Ten of Cups, implies that happy partnership and possible announcements may be made. This may involve either someone close or yourself. Family ties and relationships are highlighted at this time when the Ten of Cups appears with the Empress. It may be telling you that it is a perfect time to make arrangements for special events to come. It indicates an auspicious time to make plans for the future when it appears with the Empress. Appearing with another 10, I have 210, means that indicates that a huge change is imminent. The number of tens, which are 2, will indicate how this change will be. That's like a 2. It's about a decision. We have one right here. Trying to decide what to do and you don't know. But 2s also relate to a partnership. So that's how the changes is going to come about. But it doesn't tell me if you're going to meet this, if he's going to be someone that he's going to be a part of what's happening. But I don't know how. Let me look at the Five of Cups. Oh, it's overall energy. With the Wheel of Fortune, indicates that career opportunities, successful negotiations, and agreements in both your business and personal affairs will all be positive in nature. But it is imperative that you act immediately. So I think something is going to change. I want to look at what this Eight of Cups is all about, because it's just an odd card out. I don't know. I'm going to lay cards across both the High Priestess and the Eight of Cups together, because maybe that's how you start the month of August out. You end up walking away, but you walk into fertility, growth, abundance, family relations, travel, new ideas. That's why this card has appeared in the center, because it says that a huge change is imminent. I don't know if it means you're going to meet this King of Wands. Sometimes with the High Priestess appears, and the reading is about a male, he has negative feelings about females, or he is ignoring the feminine part of himself. But then I look at this and say he's full of, I want to say he has the capacity to ignite growth, fertility, and within, I don't know if himself for new ideas or within you. Let's look at the cards. Lemon ale. Can you see that? It represents marriages and contracts. Letteretta. It says that two things. It says that maybe you're about to trust someone who can lead you to your ruin. But it also is about carelessness and sex. Last card. The El Nemico. The El Nemico. It's usually someone that the first person that you can think of, which comes to mind, who is an enemy of yours, definitely a male, is usually this person who has caused you some kind of pain or trouble, something like that. He always works against you. And maybe this is what you walked away from somebody because he's in a past role. And that's why I warned you about thinking about having everything that you having everything that you want, because it's an illusion. It doesn't mean that you can't go on and do things by yourself or reach your own goals, but I think perhaps this El Nemico has caused you some trouble. It's causing you to walk away and to leave things behind to follow your own path. That's what I think. Let's pull up an oracle card. That's really funny. It's somebody who tells lies or flatters you and deceives you and talks down to you. It could be an ex-boyfriend, an ex-husband, somebody who's just making trouble. And usually, if I'm describing someone like that, the first person that comes to your mind is usually that person. That's funny because I said that he was a sexual being. And Lemonade not only speaks about marriage, but it speaks about some type of contract. Because if you take the romance out of a marriage, it becomes a contract. And you have misjudged the situation. Or you may misjudge the situation. So I think it's a warning coming up to you that if you do meet a King of Wands, be careful. Okay? Trust what your instincts are telling you. Because right now you cannot see the full situation. Maybe you are wrapped up in having sex with the guy. It's great sex, but it looks like he can lead you to the path of ruin. Okay. Now, this is weird. Because the card says harmony, which is this card. Love, harmony, and right relationships. It's a six of, it's a lover's card, is what it is. And the picture looks like you're all in harmony. Well, let's read. This card signifies the possibility that a deep spiritual initiation or partnership or union is taking place at this time or is manifesting for the future. This doesn't always necessarily represent a love affair of the heart, but could signify other forms of relationships in your life, whether they're personal or business. Remember, not all partnerships have to be one-to-one. They can be forged with a group, an organization, a pet, or even an incident or situation. Excuse me. The Harmony card is calling to let you know it's time for you to make choices in certain relationships. The bonds you form with others are really about you, even in the most difficult situations. They're meant to be mirrors for you, always reflecting back what you need to see. That's what I said in the last reading. I think it was Aquarius. That's what the Lover's card actually means. It's about soulmate connections, but they're not always romantic, and they can be quite difficult. Ask yourself, what am I learning from this relationship? What new qualities am I developing? Is this partnership for my highest good? How can I make it stronger? Are we teaching each other? What have I discovered or am still uncovering about myself through the union? Are the people in my life empowering and encouraging me to be all that I can? Within every relationship, there's an encoded lesson that you hopefully gleaned, or in some cases, you still need to learn. And that's what I have for you for August 2025. And this can, like I said, even play out until September. What the hell? So, I wish you luck. Bye.